Okay, we're going to do a review for the test for Chapter 2. So let me write that on here. Review for the Chapter 2 test. Now, I did notice something that I put on the test that was not on the quizzes. All right, normally the test looks identical to the quizzes that you took. Now, we did talk about this stuff. I think we did some homework problems with this. But for some reason, I never put that on the quizzes. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to start off right now. So this would be numbers 14 through 16. So I'm going to start off towards the end here, 14 to 16. I'm going to give you a graph, and you have to tell me the equation or the inequality for that particular graph. So, for instance, if I had something like right here, and I went, let's see, if I went to there, and I went to here, about like that. Yep, that looks good. Put some arrows on the end. So there will be a question, number 14. I'm going to give you something like this, and you need to give me what the equation of that graph is. So first of all, just looking at it, what does that look like? It's absolute value. So when you see the V, automatically you're thinking absolute value. So it's going to be y equals. Now let's think about where this absolute value is. It's not centered at the origin, is it? Where is the vertex? So 1, 2, 3 to the right, okay? So this went 3 to the right, and it went what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So what does that do to my absolute value graph? Do this one first. If it goes right or left, it goes inside the absolute value. Now this is the first part's the trickiest part, because this goes to the right 3. But what does it do inside my equation here, or my absolute value? It's minus, right? Okay, so minus 3. Do you see that? When it says x minus 3, that means the 3 is going to the right. It seems like it should go to the left. But do you remember what the actual equation is? I think I did this in here. It's x what? Minus h. Do you remember that? Plus k. So it's x minus 3. That means 3 to the right. And then the plus k, it will make more sense. This is 5 down, so what's this going to be? A minus 5. Okay? So I am going to give you the graph, and you have to give me the equation. So this would be the answer to that graph right there. Does that make sense? All right, so what if it started, I don't know, like right here, and it went up? I'll just do it real easy like this, like that. Then this would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, so this would be what? X plus 4. And then this went up, 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be what? Plus 4. I can't hear you. Not on this. I will give you some domain and range stuff, but not near as much as what you had to do on the homework. Really, the only domain and range are the first 2, and it's the easy one. Smart, what'd you say? 1. Yeah. Wow, I made this test way too easy. Maybe I should make it a little harder. All right. I knew I'd get that reaction. All right, let's get rid of this, and let's do another one of these graphing ones. And we'll get rid of all of this. All right, let's do another one. Oh, I'm not going to redraw it because I already erased it. But what if I had shading? Let's go back to it. What if I had something like this, but this was shaded? Like that. What would that equation be? Y equals, it's still absolute value, right?
Greater than or equal to?
And actually it wouldn't be equals, would it? It would be greater than or equal. Why is it or equal? Because it's a solid line. What if it was a dotted line? Then it would just be greater than. My thing just zotched out. Oh no. Second time today. I'm telling you, I'm getting really upset about this. Let me see if I can make it go back on quickly. If not, I'm going to pause the video. Let me try this. Try this. Ah, that dumb projector. It froze up my whole computer yesterday. Oh, the internet just went off. Maybe that's the issue. Let me see. But I don't think casting to that really requires the internet, though. Oh, my internet just popped back on again, so maybe it does. I don't know. Let's see. Let's hopefully. Yep. I think that's going to work. Yeah, there we go. All right. Now we're back on track. Good. Okay. So where were we? Y is greater than or equal. What if that was a dotted line? This would just be what? Y is greater than. Okay. And it would be the same thing, right? This would be what? X minus 3 and then minus 5. That'd be the only thing different. Everybody good with that? Okay. What if it was just a regular straight line? Was an absolute value. That should be easier than anything else, but let's do it. Let's get rid of all this mess and all this right there, okay? So let's just make a line. Let's say it goes through here, and let's say it hits here. Okay, and let's say it's shaded here. All right, everybody got it? So you got to write the equation of that. Is this an equality or an inequality? It's an inequality. How do I know it's inequality? Because of shading, right? So I know it's going to be less than or greater than, or less than or equal, greater than or equal. It's going to be one of those. So let's figure that out first. So it's Y. What do you think? Where did I shade? Did I shade below the line or above the line? Below the line. All right, so I shaded below the line, so that means it's going to be less than. It's a solid line, so it's going to be less than or equal, okay? What if it was not a solid line? What if it was a dotted line? It'd just be less than. Everybody with me? All right, less than what? It's just a straight line, so it's not an absolute value. What do you look for first? I would look for the y-intercept first, then I would look for the slope, all right? So here it is, it's positive 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be something x and then plus 3. Now I'm going to put my slope right here. How do I find my slope? Well, I pick a couple points. Looks like it hits right here, and it looks like it hits right there. So let's find the slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we went down 4, and I went to the right 2. So that's down 4 to the right 2. Let's clean it up a little bit. What's that going to be? Negative 4 over 2. It's negative 2. Right, so it's just negative 2. And that would be the answer to that. Okay? So you get 4 of them, 14, 15, and 16. Or no, 3 of them, sorry. 14, 15, and 16, where you have it like that. Again, we talked about 17 through 20. So 17 through 20 is the distance and midpoint. We talked about that already. Remember, we're doing one with one of them is going to be, let's say 17, is going to be distance, and it's going to be an ordered pair. So there's going to be two, how should I say this? Yeah, it's an ordered pair. All right, and then 18, well, they're both 2 points, but the point itself, right, on this is just going to be an x and a y. Would you agree? Right, so you're going to have an x and a y, and you're going to have another x and a y. Right, but they'll be actual numbers. They're not going to be letters. They're not going to be x and y. They're going to be actual numbers. And then you're going to find the distance between an ordered what? Triple, which means, again, you're going to have ordered pairs, but how many are you going to have? 3 of them. So you have an x and a y here, you have an x and a y here, and you'll have an x and a y here. Froze again? Oh, goodness gracious. This is driving me crazy. Let me pause this. All right, I think we're back, aren't we? Yeah, looks like we are. Okay, so there you go. So it's got an ordered triple. And then, of course, 19 and 20, same kind of deal, except instead of distance, it's going to be what? Midpoint. Okay, so midpoint here, midpoint here. You got 2 of them here. You got 3 of them here. Actually, I lied. This is not correct. Somebody stop me. This is going to be what? X, Y, and Z. And you're going to have another point that has a what? An X, Y, and Z. Sorry about that. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. And the rest are just like what's on your quizzes. I only got 9 minutes left. So let's run up here. I definitely don't have enough time to do 2 quizzes in 9 minutes, but I'm just going to go up here and show you what you got to do. All right, so I'll give you, so number 1, let's write this in red. So number 1 is going to be like this. So that's number 1 on the test. Then I give you, this is a little different. I don't have one exactly like this on the quiz, but number 2 on the test, I'm going to give you, I'll tell you right now, it's going to be an absolute value. All right? So I'm going to give you an absolute value equation, and you got to find the domain and range of it. So for instance, what if I said y is equal to the absolute value of, I don't know, x plus 2? Let's just say it's that. Well, if I was to graph it, what is that plus 2 going to do? It's going to move it to the what? To the left, 2 places. So really, it's going to start here, isn't it? And then it's going to go up here, and it's going to go up here. So what's the domain of this? What are the possible x values? All of them, that's right. Just trying to make that a straight line. I'm still not able to. Got to go from right to left. All right. So look, all the x values, you can include any x value, and eventually you're going to hit that graph on the y, aren't you? You see that? All right. So the domain on this would be all the real numbers. What about the range? The range are the y values. What's the lowest y value on this particular graph? It's 0. But then, where does it go? Does it go up or does it go down? It goes up. So the range would be all the y's that are what? Greater than, now this is solid, hits right here, or equal to what? To 0. Does that make sense? All right, so that's number 2 on the test. You'll have something very similar to that. All right. I don't give you this thing. I don't put on the test. All right. I don't even give you this on the test. Is this the same chapter? It is. Didn't we do one where it says evaluate? Why are these not on the quiz? We only had 2 quizzes, right? Yeah, we only had 2 quizzes. Say what? I know, but one had 2 pages. Well, I'll tell you what number 3 is. Number 3 on the test is evaluate. I'm not going to actually do a whole problem. Remember, it says evaluate like if, I don't know, 3x minus 2y equals 5. And I'll say if x is 1 and x is negative 2. Then you just plug them in, find out what it's equal to. All right, so that's number 3. Everybody okay with that? Yeah, I don't have to do that for you. Number 4 is number 4 on the test. Okay, so this is number 4 on the test. Problem just like that. X and y intercepts. Remember, to find the x-intercept, you set y equal to 0. To find the y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. You can look back and see those. I don't ask you one where I just ask you the slope. Well, actually, on this one, I do ask for the slope. So I ask for 3 things: the x-intercept and the y-intercept, and I also ask for the slope. All right, for number 4. Yeah. So I kind of combine those into one problem. I just want the x and y intercepts, and I just want the slope. All right, but to find the slope, it'd probably be best to put it in slope-intercept form to find the slope. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Actually, I do ask you to graph some things, but I don't even ask you to graph anything quite like this. Oh, nope, I lied. I do. This is number 5. This is number 5 on the test. Okay, something very similar to that. And then I do ask for this. Actually, more like number 8. So this would be, a problem like this is number 6 on the test. Okay? And then this would be number 7 on the test. It could be, I could say parallel or perpendicular. Okay? Everybody understand that? I could ask either one for that. It's number 7 on the test. Yes. Okay? And then I ask for, where's the standard form? Was that still on this first quiz? Did I ask for standard form on a quiz? I think I did, didn't I? I didn't? Well, that's silly. So you're going to have two problems, 8 and 9. Number 8, I give you a point. I'm making this up. I'm giving you a point and I'm giving you a slope. Negative 1/2, okay? I'm giving you a point, I give you a slope, and you have to write it in standard form. Write the equation of a line in standard form. Remember what standard form is? AX plus BY equals C. All right? Okay, and then 9, we're going to write it equals C. All right? I think, depends what book you look at. They put plus C equals 0, but let's write it standard form like this. And then number 9, I give you a point. Again, let's just make up a point, 2, 3. And it's perpendicular to another line. All right, again, I'm just making this up. This is not exactly, but I don't know, 3x plus 2y equals 5. So I ask to write the equation of a line that's perpendicular to this one and goes through this point, but your answer must be written in standard form. All right, you've done those. And I go watch the video where I do that. I forget exactly what lesson it was. It was probably 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, somewhere around in there. Okay? All right. Then, and we're almost done because we already talked about the other ones. So 10 through 13 are all graphs. So numbers 10 to 13 are all graphs. The first one's pretty regular, just a straight line. So is 11. So 10 and 11 are like that. Number 12, you have to graph one of the step function things, okay, that greatest integer function. So number 12, and it's a basic one. It's not like a fancy one. You don't have to shift it up or to the right or to the left. It's your basic, ordinary. I'll tell you right now, I'll give you the problem. It's this. Go watch the video on it, see how to graph it, okay? And you should be good. So that's number 12. Number 13 is an absolute value graph. I already talked about that. I don't have to do one of those for you.
So 10 is a piecewise long.
Well, 10's not even piecewise. It's just, there's no piecewise. There's none of the ones where it says f of x equals, remember this?
Yeah.
Right, 3 if, x is between 0 and 5. I did not put that. I should have.
No, you should.
I did not put that on there. That was one of our, was it one of our quiz problems?
Yep.
Yeah. So I did not put this on there. And on these, I don't even ask you on the test to find the domain and range. Okay, all you got to do is just graph them. That covers everything. Wow, we did it.
You recorded this, right?
It is being recorded, yes.